For the record, my name is Adam Johnston. I'm currently an unemployed solicitor. I'm the proprietor of ADJ Consultancy Services. In that capacity, I've consulted for a variety of organisations, a primary health network, also a legal publishing company reviewing some of their writing and work. And that really underlines the reasons I come to you today, because I partly come to you as a solicitor and an individual who graduated in 2005. I'd make the point that even after a number of years of working on it, the society still has a lot of work to do in terms of guaranteeing or moving in any sort of direction about work for graduates or people in the later profession. Every piece of employment I've had has been temporary or contract, which makes it very irregular. Yes, there is opportunities to do pro bono work, but pro bono is only useful so long as you can afford it. But by its very nature, it doesn't generate an income. Clients come to me by word of mouth. They come because they have a very specific need. They come because that need often doesn't require the full services of a solicitor, or they need something that is less expensive, or they've had a bad experience with a solicitor and they're looking for anything else, just about anything else at all. Also, if I reflect for a moment, you are the Law Society and I technically am your client. In many ways, I think you still have a problem in meeting my needs. As I've explained to you, employment is temporary in the public and private sector. This means that many of your rules around supervision and continuance of supervision are unrealistic in the modern environment. These need to be reviewed, but nonetheless, the costs involved in maintaining accredited practice continue. Again, these need to be reviewed to maintain people in a profession and also to encourage others to join it. One serious issue is dealing with the universities. They are pushing more and more graduates out. There is gross oversupply. We need to reduce our prices and open our marketplace. Otherwise, we will find that we are a redundancy. We may already be heading towards that point. I mean, ultimately, my recommendation to you is that legislatively, you may have to give up your oversight and disciplinary monopoly. It just seems to be inconsistent with competition policy. Many of those functions could be ceded to an independent body like they have the Australian Health Practitioners Review and Regulation Authority. That covers many practitioners. I acknowledge that I sit on it as a lay member, but realistically, I am unlikely to ever be able to sit on it as a principal member, because that requires full, unrestricted legal capacity, which is unlikely in my case, given the uncertainties of employment. I invite your questions.
Any questions? Can I ask you this? You talk about, this is not a term I think you use, but in the nature of unbundling of legal services. Could you perhaps elaborate on that?
Well, again, Mr. President, I cite the article in the current journal, which you're cited, talking about the changes in the legal profession. But again, as other speakers have already stated, people come to you with a range of problems which are not purely legal in nature, and in many cases, if you were purely acting as a solicitor, you would have to refer them on to other services like housing and health in any event. Again, what more and more people want is one person who can operate in a variety of environments And equally, again, drawing on my history with ombudsman's offices, a lot of people don't have the finances and never will to hire someone purely to provide one service. You've got to provide a series of services or referrals, and you've got to be sure that people can access them and use them and be able to speak to them in a plain and simple language that they will understand, which continues to be a challenge for many lawyers because, again, I can reflect on my time answering phones where people would have sometimes said in frustration, but I've been to a lawyer and I still don't understand what's going on. And then I would have to explain to them, well, I understand that, but I cannot give you legal advice in my current capacity.
Thank you. Any questions? Mr. Johnson, thank you very much for your time. Very much appreciated.
Thank you.